Okay, so hi. Today we're going to speak a little bit with Janice, and she is a sound healer. Okay, so as kind of usual, Wanda's going to step aside and watch, and Aaron and Janice are going to have a little chat, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to take these off. Okay. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. It just for a moment, it would be important to remind the energy that is here to sort of come in a bit. It's you have access to large energy, and as we are having an energetic exchange between beings, we would keep this energy contained within a certain roundness, a certain parameters, we would say. So we do not wish to access your largeness. We wish to join energy with you and the host so that the energetic exchange may be the most valuable to the exchange here and to all that are forth going forth with this energetic exchange. So that doesn't exactly refer to you. This energy is speaking to the larger energy that you have contained, not contained, but that you carry around with you. You have a large energetic connection and resources. So you are sort of a different kind of human being than usual. You are aware of this, that you have large energy around you?
Yes, I do. I
Yes.
am. Thank you.
Yes. So what is it we will speak of during this exchange?
I was talking to, I was talking on my pondering table in the morning, and Wanda and I were having um, a chat during this time in the morning. And I had said in conversation, everything comes from love and returns back to love
Yes, of
energy.
course.
And I said it'd be very interesting to ask Aaron the question of, so in the in between? So we come from love, we go back to love. So if while we're here, we choose to, um, so some of us aren't here, not that we're not here for the greatest good, but some of us in our time here, we do things that are very awful, evil. The jails are full of them. And then some of us are awakened and very spiritual, and we lead from a place of love. Now the question is, when it comes time to the end, we all go back to love. But if their frequency, because they have led a not darker, but I hope you understand it's because it's the only
Yes.
word I can feel from this. They have led a very low frequency life because of the activities that they have engaged in.
Mm.
When So when they die, and when somebody who has a very high frequency dies, how does it all come back? Like, when we come back into love frequency, do we have to be at a certain frequency to come back into it? Or is it just is accepted? Or is there layers once we pass? Or is the death experience take us to a neutral space? I know this is a very involved question. I'm sorry. Um, Take us to a neutral place that um, neutralizes whatever frequency we've been vibrating at while here doing our time. And once we die, is there, we go back to love energy. Now, is there is it we just go back into that huge space, or is it like an elevator that we sort of like evolve back into a certain
Mhm.
frequency? I'll leave that there because that's a lot already.
Uh,
Thank you
it,
for your
it is
patience.
it is also quite straightforward. For
Oh.
you are your energetic self is eternal, so it is has been around from the beginning of time before your Earth was created. So
Hmm.
you're in inner energy. Some there would call it a soul being. There's many words for this over the time.
Hmm.
This part of you is eternal and returns to we call it the universe of love because no one knows what that means. So, therefore, it can be whatever you wish it to be. But it is a space of even love. There's a peace and ease there, and an understanding and oneness where you all behave as one energetic energy. Well, let's put it that way. So when you're not in your physical frame, you're there. That's really your home, believe it or not. Many,
Hmm.
because of the human experience that is very tactile, it is quite engrossing that humans get lost in it as if it were all that there ever is, this experience. So, what you are speaking of is your remembering, your knowing of this easy place that is your home. You come to the earth to have the experience. Now, during your experience this time, as the human being that you are, you will have an experience, whatever it's going to be. And to the universe, this is important to understand, it doesn't matter what you get into on your earth. Very difficult to hear this. It doesn't matter what you get into in your earth, only that you're trying to be a human being. Now, this neutralizes everything that you're speaking of because they're sort of these belief systems that sort of believe you to be a better human than another human being. But not just you, but humans are sort of layered. You're good, you're bad, you're good, you're bad, like this. Now,
Hmm.
to the universe of love, it doesn't matter. That you came into form is the thing that you are going to try. Now, what is it you are all going to try? Why is it? Here's the real question. What? Because it's easy to understand why you leave this earth plane. You must. Your bodies disintegrate, they're sort of tired out and they go. So you leave it. You leave it behind. You don't even care about it anymore, believe it or not. And you go to this place. The real question is, why would you leave a place of ease and peace and come down to this earth? This is the question, you see, that is really at the bottom of your asking. Why would we leave this wondrous place? Because you have an idea what it's like. You have become attuned to, what is this? A note that takes you right there. So you remember, you're one of the human beings who remembers the universe of love. So, why in the world would someone like you, and this is your soul self that remembers this note, not your human lifetime, because it's very short, your soul self remembers this. Now, why would it ever leave there? Because we're going to tell you it leaves the universe of love. Each time this energy leaves and jumps into human form, because you have a longing to carry forth this love feeling that you have. And this is a very good word for it because it's easy, peaceful, gentle, like this. And you say, I must quickly go to earth before I forget. And I will remember this time for sure, and I will share love all along the way. And as soon as you come into form, you forget it because now you're having some sort of weak experience. You see, you're a weakling, you're not able to care for yourself, and you become sort of grouchy, irritable. You're little tiny beings all of a sudden, instead of majestic, wondrous beings that you were just a moment before. So, this is why you leave the universe of love, because you think you'll remember about love and you'll pass it on, and oh, it's going to be lovely this time. Just wait and see. I'm going to be most love. Oh, I forgot all about it. What am I even talking about? And your memory is erased of this. You see, and you quickly
Mm.
forget. But the moment that you enter form, you have this intention, this beautiful, beautiful, loving intention. So that's really what you're getting at. You're getting at, why in the world would I ever leave a place like that and come to a place like this? This earth that you're living on can be very difficult to sort through. There's a lot of emotions, there's physical anguish and pain with the body, and all of that you come. So important for you to understand, the universe of love adores you for it, adores you for leaving a place of great comfort and ease and coming into that form. That's the real answer. What you get up to in the middle. Now, of course, many humans would disagree with this because they say that's not right. But the universe of love, from the eyes of the universe of love, and your eternal self, really, that has existed through all time, it also knows this is just a moment. This is just a moment. It seems very important. It seems like a big life I'm living, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you get up to. It's only that you come there. Is this hard for you to believe?
No, I can grasp that concept. Um, absolutely. So basically, what we do here on Earth is just our Earth experience simply, and there's no mm, judgment would be something we would use as Earthlings. Once we leave our meat suit, then we are invited back to who we started out as. Is kind of how I'm hearing it.
Of
So
course. This is a funny expression that you have. We have not heard this before. Your human frame you are referring to.
yes, yes, our
Oh,
meat suits.
lovely, lovely.
um, so does everything, because everything has energy and everything has a frequency. So trees, dogs, everything of the earth, the planets, is that all like, is love energy all encompassing
Mm.
everything?
Um, this is not exactly correctly stated. Um,
Okay.
beings have a constant connection with the universe of love because they have an eternal soul self that is
Okay.
eternal, long lasting.
Mhm.
That part of you is forever. When you are speaking of an earth plant, an earth rock, it is one with the earth. The earth itself has its own vibration that is not a human vibration. But you are very keen on understanding these notes that are emitted from different objects. And we would tell you, and you already know this, that your earth on the very center of it has a high, sweet note at the very center of your earth.
Yeah.
This is emitted outward. And what is it is interpreted by different objects as it comes forth, and these objects decide how much to allow through them. Just as humans can decide how much energy they allow through them, the vibration that is found coming out of different trees and plants and rocks, all of the things that are settled on the earth, they will decide how much to allow through. So there are some sort of uh, uh, flowers, there are some sort of these wild flowers that are of the earth and have die and come and die and come. And they've done this for many, many times before you were ever existed here.
Hmm.
Those plants are keeping a beat as well. It's very slow, but it is consistent. They bloom and they die. They
Mm,
bloom and they die. You see this? This is much like a heartbeat.
yeah.
Bloom and die, just like this. So they are deciding that they will have this sweet little note. When they are blooming, they are highly excited. And then they become small and hide within the earth for the next flower to have its chance. So it
Mm-hmm.
becomes small. And the next one blooms and has a different sort of note it allows out. And in and out and in and out. And they are they work as one, you see, because
Mm-hmm.
they are comfortable with their own magnificence. So they are small and large, and become quiet. And then the next one comes. And now, this next one that blooms on top of this first one draws the energy from the first one to become a sort of a group. And then the next one will die, and the next one will bloom, and they have a beautiful orchestra when they die and rise up and die and rise up. And this beat that sounds much like a heartbeat is duplicating the one at the very, very center of your earth. And these are the best examples for humans who are able to see and smell and touch. They're not able to hear as you are. You are able to hear the notes of the flowers as they bloom, open their heads, and then they close their heads and go small. And they open their heads, very loud note. You are able to hear this, and some others are, but it's
Mm-hmm.
sort of like a sweet note. It's the only way to say this. So they get small and large, and this is the heartbeat of your earth. Much different than the humans who are coming, the soul selves, because these flowers that come and go were here before you were. So they
Yeah.
already have the rhythm going. They already
Yeah.
know all about it. You just come visit, walk on top of them, smell them, and then you leave. So they are the heartbeat of your very earth.
Mm-hmm.
Does that?
Speaking of Earth,
Yes.
so another thought that came to my, well, as just as you were talking about that, I was going to go somewhere else, but seeing as we're talking about the Earth, so there are some places of the Earth that there has been unrest for years, wars, and starvation, and these kind of things, and it doesn't seem to actually leave these places, like Iraq or Iran, like these places like this, where there's just so much. So does the earth also, as humans, we were talking about, some are, while they're here doing their thing, well, I guess you can't really say that, but anyway, let's go back to the earth. So the earth has this, is there a piece of the earth that is hurting? does it um does it affect the people, or is it the people that are affecting the earth? And is there a way for us to help the earth?
Mm. The earth does not need your help.
Okay,
When the earth tires of you, it will destroy you. Do you understand this?
fair enough.
There are times when the earth is amused by humans, and these places where there are great divide, stomping. Let us tell you this story. Not story, but as we reference around to the flowers that have bloomed before the humans came. They are
Mm-hmm.
still blooming underneath the feet of those who trample them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? The
Yeah.
earth does not care what you're doing on top of it, because it will consistently come out, spread its head, and go back into the earth. And the next one will come. It doesn't matter what is going on top of it. Now, when the earth tires of mankind, it will absorb it into itself. This is also difficult for humans to hear, because there are sort of human beings who think they're very important, that
Mm-hmm.
they may serve the earth, they may heal the earth, they may destroy the earth. And as weird as it sounds, the earth will destroy you before you ever destroy it. Do you understand these sort of earthly catastrophes that occur, where the earth may scoop up all of the beings and remove them?
Yes.
They absorb the beings into their earth.
Mm-hmm. So it's
And
basically the humans choosing to constantly be at war or be in this um, low vibrational energy, that
Mm.
keeps that hold on that land that is there. It has nothing to do with the earth. Because I was thinking, well, maybe there's some sort of energetic imprint in this space that just holds it captive, or is it the people?
Mm. That's a very interesting notion that you have, but it is not exactly true.
Okay.
The earth itself exists, breathes, and lives, just like this, just like the heartbeat. It
Yeah.
has before beings were here. Now, it's important to understand the beings that you are speaking of, they are destroying one another. They have always done this. This has happened all throughout the earth. There's been many, many things throughout the
Mm-hmm.
earth where you
Mm-hmm.
have destroyed one another. And to be straight, you have also destroyed other beings at different times. You
Mm-hmm.
yourself, all of the humans. It's difficult for humans to think, or it's impossible really, that you exist once. It's
Mm-hmm.
very unlikely, really, if you could do the math of time. So
Mm-hmm.
we are saying that you yourself have also been the one who absorbs the disaster and also create the disaster. You are all taking turns at this. You see, it is. So it's difficult to say that it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing that is occurring and will occur forward and backwards. This is just the way of existing on your earth. It's it's a human you believe it, it's sometimes it's called evolution, but really it's humans always the same thing, fighting for something that they don't have, but they want it, like a small child would hit you over the head to take your toy. You see,
Mm-hmm.
it's the
Yeah.
same, it's always been like that, it will always be like that. This is a conversation that is not really up to your level of understanding. This is a very basic human instinct. What you are capable of is a much larger thought. You are capable of much more. You yourself are wondering this, we will just speak for you. You are wondering how notes heal the human condition, and if I
Mm-hmm.
play enough notes, will it heal all of mankind? And if there's a group of us playing notes, will it heal the earth of all disasters and evil doing? It will not. Because there are humans, you see, who wish to exist this way. And it's not your concern. This is also difficult to hear. Many humans think, I will help other human beings instead of this. We will tell you straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of spending your time on the earth, once you start noticing there's something else going on around here, some sort of connection with eternal energy. There's a note that I can hear from a plant in the ground or a bee that other human beings can't hear. Why is that?
Yeah.
Why am I able to hear these notes? This is your highest evolution for this time. This is your time, you see. And this occurs for all beings because it's your only time to exist, such as this being with this knowledge, because you have peeked into the universe. You have peeked
Mm-hmm.
into eternal knowing. The next time you come into a human being, you may or may not remember this. You see, this is
Yeah.
your time because now you're thinking, you're creating these sort of colors and notes around your very being. You're extending beyond the human experience into this other worldly um, knowledge that not
Mm-hmm.
everyone has. But yet, there's a yearning for it. And the question is why? Why do you yearn for more? Why do other beings yearn for more? Because there's a sort of discontent with the way they're living their lives right now. There's a
Mm-hmm.
discontent here that causes this other sort of ability to long for more, to
Mm-hmm.
open to more, to wonder, to sort of be curious about the unknown, to use your imagination. You see, all of these things, this is what you're good at. This is your thing. This is your thing for this time. And you have excelled at it because you have decided it doesn't matter what other people think about me. I'm going to do what I do best, and that is this. Hear high notes vibrating from creatures of the earth and plants of the earth. You are almost ready to hear Mother Earth herself. At the very center, you have this sort of loud boom that's at the very center of the earth with the sweetest note. It sort of cracks open a walnut shell very loud.
Yeah.
Out of it comes this beautiful note. This you're able to hear this time. So, as much as you are curious about other beings, your real calling is for you. It's for you to be the greatest you can be. And we will tell you why that is. The others will see you and they will say, that's weird. She looks like a normal human being. How come she knows these? How come she remembers these other weird things? Maybe I can too. This is all you are to do. You are to get into some sort of alignment, enjoy yourself with all of these notes that you feel, and allow the others to see you. And the others you see, they have magical access as well. There's great access to the universe, eternal knowledge, all of this. But human beings often choose to stay their small little lives. But if they see you, you're very colorful and bright, and you're full of life and light and notes. And they will think, I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to try that. They will never, not never, they will often not tell you this, but they will see you and they will turn and they will go. And in their own private space, they'll test this out. So this is the importance of staying in your highest, greatest self. You like the word vibration because it has to do with notes, and you love this music. So this is you. This is your trip. This is your space. This is your one life. This is the only life you know about, that you're going to be like this. The rest you don't really know. It could be dark or whatever happens. You don't really know yet. But to this, you see, and this is your calling. It is not really to save others, believe it or not. And some also would say that's very selfish thinking. How can a human being go around the earth and see the disasters lying about and do nothing for them? And yet you're doing everything for them that can see you by being in your greatest alignment. Do you understand this?
I do. Yes. Thank you. So I'm also, I'm a Reiki master and energy healer. So I believe that when I place my hands upon someone, I'm a conduit for that energy to flow through me.
Yes.
So my question is, it has been said to me that as we come to Earth, 3% of our soul lives in this body, and that the rest of it sometimes lives out there or stays out there, not lives, but stays out there. But there's also, they tell me, 11 dimensions. So while I'm here, and the other percentages of me might be living in other dimensions. So when I'm healing someone here, am I healing someone there, or is it a totally different? Am I doing something totally different? Because when I was doing a sound bath once, a lady said to me, when you speak and or you're doing your guided meditation, I hear you and then I hear more of you. And they're different octaves, but I hear you. She said, I actually heard 7 different yous, but all it was you. So this brought me to this dimensional thinking. And am I doing this on other dimensions? This
is a topic that many that are into this sort of realm, we don't really know what to call this, but this is a human distraction from your highest, greatest good, because there are these sort of classes beings take, and sort of instruction manuals and instructors who teach these belief system that you are referring to here, and they are teaching this, um, and it is sort of their belief system. They have come across this information somewhere and have written it and said it's true, it must be true, it must be true. So what we are, there's a lot of these sort of ideas that humans have like this. Now, we must return this back straight to you, your highest, greatest self that is connected to universal intelligence and knows all things. Why would it need to know numbers, levels of things, vibrational, traveling through space, and all of this? What is wrong with knowing what you do know, which is your highest connection to energy and love, and allowing yourself to be, allowing energy to pass through you? And that seems like it's enough. We are not always sure when others talk about many different things, colors, yes, there's many words for all of these other studies of belief systems. They are sort of a distraction from your highest, greatest good, which is to stay in connection. We must also ask you or remind you of this: when you're channeling love energy, it's very important for you to remember your brain is not invited. Now,
No.
this is kind of difficult to say, but it is a sort of set down over here to your brain, because I'm going to do this other thing that you really don't know about and you probably don't want to know about because it's kind of strange. But right now, I'm going to spend my time doing this. So it's very important to acknowledge the physical body and not physical body, your higher vibrational self that is existing inside of the frame. It's important to acknowledge the brain so it may understand what's going on. So you sort of speak to the brain in a very intelligent way. We wish to do something that doesn't involve you, care about you. It's your very wonderful brain. But for now, we must ask you to sit here because we're going to do something different. This is your highest. This is your highest state of being, to allow energy to pass through you. And you are very much aware of this. So these other things you're speaking of are not your concern at all. Your concern is to stay in alignment with the great truth. Now, as you go this way, as you become in touch, you are already, as you understand this, you hear the voices, all of these things that are up here, that's enough for you to do. Other than the other things which are sort of brain, they are your brain sort of doing calculations. Really, your brain loves numbers. So all of these things you refer to, you're saying certain numbers, your brain likes that. So we are only saying that many human beings want to invent things with numbers, and they try to bring these other belief systems into them as if they are truth, as if they are the absolute truth. And you know absolute truth. You are connected to a great universal intelligence. Now, when you hear these things, you're not exactly sure about them. You're not sure. You're thinking, that's a little, I'm not sure about that. It's kind of strange. And I don't know if I believe it. And this is the important thing for all beings to do: come into alignment and find out if you believe what you hear or not. Ask your higher self. Ask the great intelligence. All of these words that you have, ask this way, not to human to human to human, because many of them, their belief systems are for themselves. They are finding their way through. They are inventing things. They are having their own experiences. And you yourself are having this sort of eternal conversation that is quite high. And you yourself will know your answers. And it really does not have to do with numbers. Numbers are very man made for the brain. Oh, what do you think of this?
Well, I think that being a human being, having a human experience. So when I first heard about Reiki, I stepped into it because it stirred something in me. So I wanted to learn these healing energy techniques and see if they, because for me, it's very important to feel, does this resonate to my body, to who I am? And it very much did, but even more important than that, it was for me to find someone, my teacher, that had the same high spiritual connection, that she was not ego led. She was very, very apart, very much. You will meet her in the future. Very, I go to her when I have, ponderings, and we talk back and forth. She's very spiritual. So for me to learn from her these techniques that I felt deeply within myself. So, and then I received obviously a certificate, because this in my world here on earth tells other people, because people need to see certificates or letters behind your name in order to think, oh, safe. She's a safe person. She has that with her. You know what I mean? So in order for me to help as many people as I feel that I can, because this work is very much a part of who I am, that for me to put myself out to the world and to almost be recognized, because this is what I'm really starting to understand. It is not in this world. I went through a bit of an awakening where I said, well, what am I? Am I a sound healer? Am I a tuning fork? Am I a vibration? Am I Reiki? Am I an energy? Am I a healer? What am I? And I realized that for me, myself, I don't need a label. It is not important. I can show up just as me, but I get that. And the people that are like me get that. But the other people that are searching for what I can do, they need to see some sort of piece of paper to say, oh, she knows what she's doing. She's not, there's this thing, trust. She's not going to just take my money. She actually understands. She's worked for this. She understands this. So here on earth, we need this different. I've seen many people come and go through some of the techniques that I have learned here on earth. And I see many people, they take one, sometimes maybe two classes, and then they just never show up, because I believe it doesn't resonate with them. And the true people that go through with this are the ones that take it, and they keep taking it, and they keep yearning for this knowledge, because once that door has been opened for us, we want more. We know there's more, right? We understand that there is this energy that we can step aside, close our eyes, and place our hands, and that we can do this work. And we just want to do that and to learn all of the different ways, right? But like everything else, it takes an unfolding. So it's a little bit of a process, right? We can't just do it. We need to understand this piece and feel that piece, and then understand this piece and then feel this piece. Does that make sense?
That's very explains the necessary for the beings to become confident in their ability by having a name to call yourself, and other beings will be drawn to that that you are able to do this. So it is also about you are gaining confidence sort of by doing this forward.
Yeah, I think I had, yes, in a way, yes, absolutely. But I think for us, because there's me and somebody else that I can think of right off the top of my head, that it is, I don't know that it's confidence. I think it's so deeply a part of us that we needed something to help us bring it out. Yeah, like it's been a part of who we were, maybe in other lifetimes. Maybe that's a question I should ask. Have I done this in other lifetimes? And that's why this is just so, like, when I step into these rooms, I'm like, whoo, I'm home, honey. It makes me feel alive, right?
So you already know this answer to this question because you are continuing on with the work that you have begun other
Ah,
times.
yeah,
Of
yes.
course, you are aware of this. You yourself have access to your other times and those who have passed that are in your lineage now, and
Hmm.
to those that are with you through eternity. So you have access to a lot of voices and information. Whether you are always able to access those because they are quite encompassing, and it's difficult to live your human life when you are listening to all of the voices. So really the question for you would be, how are you able to decide who is speaking at each moment? Because you yourself are able to hear many different voices. Some are your old personhood thrown forward, you
Mm,
to you from you from other times, for your specialty, um, for your ears only, for
yeah.
your special time where you're able to convert energy into memory and throw it forward through time. This is not always done. This is beings aren't always able to do this. So you yourself are able to hear your old being that you were, and the voice is a little weird because you don't really know that person anymore, and yet the knowledge is following you, it's with you, it's sort of nagging in your ear.
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
this voice is another self of you, older self, older time, a different being that is come forth with you. So you have access to things that many others do not. You are sort of a special being now, and now that we've put this into simple terms, you will now take the voices of that and this voice you have and throw it forward again. It's sort of like a baseball game into eternity. So now
Mm,
you're going to, now that you're remembering this, and we are enfolding this for you, encompassing it in this small package, you're going to throw it forward for yourself to catch. So you have access to a lot of different beings, depending on what the topic is that you need, depending on what sort of guidance you're looking for. You have a lot to access. And there are some that are very good in one thing and not so good in another.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
this, um, we must finish our time together. Um, we are have much enjoyed the unfolding that you have seen and noticed during this exchange. You yourself have become higher vibration by remembering your eternal self. So when this exchange is complete, you yourself are more delightful, more colorful, brighter for others, because this is sort of shocking, sort of with electricity now, just to remind you once again. So we will complete our time together. Will you do a namaste with us?
I will. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Whoa. Okay. I will just complete this recording and